Hey everybody, Unstable Gamer here, and welcome back to another Marvel Strike Force video. So this video here is an update to my 2018 free-to-play farming guide. There's just been so many changes and updates to the game. This is really needed to be reworked, and I've been trying to get this done for quite a while now. So I'm glad that we've got it done, and I can show this, and hopefully this will help new and seasoned players on where to focus their roster, because there's so many things going on in the game, so many new characters coming out, legendary events and such, that sometimes it's really kind of hard to focus on what the heck should I be focusing on right now. How do I focus my thoughts and my resources and get the best out of this game? Well, hopefully this guide will help you with that. All right, we are broken out into 3 different phases here. So phase 1, this is really geared towards getting you through the campaign and starting out in raids. So I don't think it's a surprise to anybody that we have the defenders here. So we have all 4 of the defenders, and then we have Punisher as that 5th character. Later on in the game, you can swap out that 5th character for Miss Marvel or Spider-Man. But right now, my recommendation is really to focus on these 5 characters. This is going to really set you up nicely for raids, for arena, for blitz. It's just a very good, well-rounded team, and in my opinion, it's probably the second best team. First team, in my opinion, is Nick Fury and the SHIELD team. What I have here is I have each character and where you can farm those characters from, and then additional characters to farm is Cap, Quake, and Hawkeye. And as you can see, I got the places where you can farm them there. So these are characters that you can readily farm really early in the game. You got them, I mean, other than Nexus 8-9, you can farm Daredevil from the arena. You got low-level campaigns here, so should really be able to farm these guys fairly easy and continue to farm them as you work through the campaign. And then, as mentioned before, this team really sets you up nicely for Blitz and Arena, as well as your campaigns and raids. It's just a fantastic team to really build up early, because you're still going to use this team in Endgame. Also, as far as challenges go, you want to build through and work through all of your challenges whenever they come up, and just take advantage of all the resources that you get from each one of them. The 3 in the very beginning that I would really focus on getting through the tiers the quickest is your gold, your training, and your orb challenges. And the reason for that is because gold needed for everything in the game, for leveling up your characters, for gearing up your characters, and there's really still not enough of it. It's a lot better than it was before, but there's not enough of it. Working through your gold challenges so you can build up your gold as much as possible and keep your characters leveled and geared. That's definitely a focus. Training, obviously, in order to continue to train your characters. And then orb challenges to build up your orb fragments, to get your premium orbs so that you can use those to build your roster up and star your characters up. Which I would suggest starring all your characters up. Every character that we suggest in this guide, I suggest starring up to at least 5-star. But you're going to want to eventually get everybody up to 7-star. All right, and next we're going to talk about the Payday Event. Now, the Payday Event is something that I suggest focusing on early, which is why I have them in Phase 1. It requires all mercs, and it's another great way in order to farm gold. Again, with gold as rare as it is in this game, and it's come a long way, as I mentioned before, but you want every opportunity to build your gold up as quickly as possible so that you can continue to build your roster out. With the Mercs, this is the team that I suggest early on because, again, it's an easily farmable team and a team that you can use throughout the entire Payday Event. All right, and that brings us to Phase 2. Now, just a quick note, you don't need to complete everything in Phase 1 in order to move on to Phase 2. The further you get along in Phase 1, it will definitely help you, so you want to continue to focus there. But when you're ready to move into Phase 2, this is really focused on your Cosmic and your Mystic campaigns, as well as setting you up for your Iron Man and your Star-Lord legendary events. Now, these 2 characters here, these 2 events here, are the first 2 legendary events that I suggest you tackle first because they are the easiest. Iron Man, obviously, because he pairs very nicely with War Machine, and with the recent changes that have happened in the game, they are an excellent duo. They fit in Blitz really well, and they're really good in Alliance War coming up, from what we've been told. So I think that's going to be awesome. War Machine does have an Alliance War specific bonus, which is awesome. So if he's going to be in Alliance War, you definitely want Iron Man there as well. And then Star-Lord. Star-Lord obviously rounds out the Guardians of the Galaxy team. They are a fantastic team. They do well in raids. They do well in Blitz. So you definitely want to build that team up. So to get you ready for that, you're going to want to have Yondu, Gamora, Drax, Groot, and Rocket Raccoon. Now, the 5 of them, in order to unlock any legendary character, you need a 5-star team. So these characters here, this team here, you're going to want to get them up to 5-star. Once you do that, you're going to be able to move through the event and unlock Star-Lord. And then the additional characters to focus on here is your shield team, your medic, and your operator. Now, this rounds out your shield team, the 3 from phase 1 and the 2 here. Now, that will get you Iron Man. Get them all up to 5-star. Take them through the Iron Man event, which is super easy. It was the first legendary event that came out, and by now it's super simple. So you should be able to move through that fairly quickly. And the next event I want to talk about is the Relic Hunt. This requires all hand characters. So this is the team that I recommend that you build. It's got some fantastic characters. Hand Sorceress is really good. Hand Sentry is awesome. It's just a great team to start building early on in the game to get you through this event, which gives you catalysts, which is material you need in order to gear up your characters, and a material that's pretty rare early on and can even be difficult later on in the game to really build up, because you need a lot of them. And just to recap, focusing on those characters is going to set you up nicely for your Cosmic and your Mystic campaigns. And not that you wouldn't be working on your ability, medical, and catalyst challenges throughout this whole process, but really at this point, they're going to be more important. Your ability materials really in order to level up your abilities and get them to where you want them. The medical for your raid, energy, and your blitz. And then obviously catalyst, as we mentioned before, a material that is really difficult to get early on in the game and something that you want to really focus on building up so that you can continue to gear your characters up throughout the game and stay up with the content that we have. And then that brings us to Phase 3, the Nick Fury and the Magneto Legendary events. Now, these 2 events are on the end of this guide because they are the most difficult in my opinion. Either because the event themselves are difficult, or collecting the team that you need or building that team up is difficult. So let's talk about Nick Fury first. In order to unlock Nick Fury, you need a team of 5 Kree minion. Minions only. That means you cannot use Korath, Ronin, or Ultimus. You need these specific Kree, and I went ahead and put down there, as I have with the other characters, where you can go ahead and farm them. But you got to get all of them up to 5-star in order to unlock Nick Fury. Now, the recommendations for Nick Fury, if you stick with just the recommendations, it's going to be difficult. So I would suggest going a little bit beyond what the recommendations are for the Nick Fury event. All right, and that brings us to Magneto. In order to unlock Magneto, you need a team of X-Men or Brotherhood characters. This here is currently who we have to choose from in the game. My suggestion is to work on the first 5. Wolverine, easily unlockable through daily quests. Just do those dailies every single day, and you'll get him fairly quickly. Storm and Mystique, because they can be farmed through nodes. Pyro, even though he's in premium and mega orbs, he is now going to be available in the supply store, so you can go ahead and get him that way as well. Juggernaut, because you can go ahead and get him through the Gamma raid. And Sabretooth, I just say wait on him, because the only way to farm him is through premium orbs, and in my opinion, premium orb farming is probably the most inefficient and ineffective way to farm any character, just because you never know what you're going to get. So I really focus on who you know you can get and where you can get them. Once you get all those characters up to 5-star, you can go ahead and move through the Magneto event. The Magneto event, as far as the recommended requirements for that, is pretty spot on. I went through and I even had some of my team less than what the recommendations were, and I was able to go ahead and move through that event. And there you go, everybody. That's what I had for you today. My free-to-play farming guide for 2019. I sincerely hope it was helpful for both new players and seasoned players alike. And I'd really like to hear from you in the comments section below. But if you liked it and if it was helpful, please make sure to hit that like button and share your thoughts and questions in the comment section below. Take care, everyone, and we'll talk to you next time.